There aren't many things we call cereals, right? We're not talking about killing people or that kind of thing. We're talking about saving money, becoming a cereal saver. Hey folks, I'm Colin Richards, president and founder of Lord & Richards, and I'm excited once again to be with you on this episode of the Lord & Richards Show. And you know, we're helping people of every age and every generation, day after day, achieve financial independence. And you know, the people we're talking to are concerned that things out of their control are going to mess up their retirement or their financial future. So what we're doing at Lord & Richards, whether you're in your 20s, 30s, or 80s, is we're helping you create a plan to achieve financial independence so that you can retire without worry and do amazing things with the resources God's put into your hands. And so I'm excited on this segment to be focusing in on a younger audience, but really I'm going to be sharing truths that all of us should be applying. So some of us might be playing catch up. Some of us might be just getting started, and some of us will get a gold star and say, hey, Colin, I'm putting all of these in place already, and good for you. So how do we prepare for financial independence when we're young? How do we do that? Well, there are simple steps that have to be taken. I think of a book by Darren Hardy called The Compound Effect, and he talks about repeated steps consistently taken yield tremendous results over time. It's the compound effect, like setting aside money little by little. So where do we begin if we're a young investor? Maybe we're just getting started in our 20s or 30s, whether single or married, whether we have kids or not. The first step is I want you to make sure you've got the foundation in place that we discussed in a previous segment, the foundational steps for individuals, financially speaking. And that begins with an emergency fund, and we want you to have 3 to 6 months in there. And then once you've got that in place, then I want you to make sure before we even have a conversation, I want you to be ready to start saving systematically. And I'm not talking about $10 a month, okay? I'm talking about a significant portion of your paycheck, okay? Here at Lord & Richards, we encourage folks to give to the Lord, give to others, 10% or more of our income. And then I would encourage you to do the exact same thing at the beginning with your personal savings for your future. Start with 10% and then let it grow from there. And the more you contribute, the earlier you contribute, you get the benefit of the compound effect. You get the opportunity to potentially retire either financially independent early or with greater income and lifestyle than even your working years, or both. That's awesome when that happens. And so that comes by breaking the rules and saving even more, becoming a cereal saver. There aren't many things we call cereals, right? We're not talking about killing people or that kind of thing. We're talking about saving money, cereal savers. So once you've got that in place, then we can come alongside of you with our multi-generational team of advisors at Lord & Richards. We've got advisors in 20s, 30s, and up. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but let's just say I've got children who are my audience today, okay? I'm speaking to those young investors as a father. So what is our focus then at this point? We've got our emergency funds in place. We're ready to start saving 10% or more of our income. Then we're going to get systematic savings rolling, okay? Let's start with payroll deductions. Remember, in our previous segment, I said I want you to be employed, right? That it's not going to work till you get employed. So get a job and adjust your lifestyle to that job. A lot of people won't work because their lifestyle is too high for the work they can get. Adjust your lifestyle to the job. Then start taking payroll deductions. Most good companies will offer you the opportunity to save money in what's called a 401k. Nonprofit organizations have a little bit different, 457s and 403bs, but basically this is a tax-deferred account. But what I want you to do is I want you to focus on what's called a Roth 401k if it's available, okay? Focus there. Why is that? Well, we're going to talk about that in a minute. And I want you to contribute every month. I want you to just have it monthly coming out, okay? In addition, I want you to be monthly transferring money into your savings account until or unless, if you've got less than 6 months, or until you've got 6 months, okay? So I want you to put money aside and have it automatically transferred. You can do this with most online banking and apps. Have an automatic transfer going into your savings account. You say, how does that work? Well, I take it from my checking and transfer it into my savings, okay? And your savings is no touchy, okay? And then I want you to focus on the next step beyond systematic savings, which is tax-free savings, okay? By the way, when you contribute at work, my advice is not going to be to contribute everything they will allow you to contribute. I'm going to encourage you to contribute up to the match. So ask if they have a Roth 401k. If they do, great, tax-free savings. And if they don't, use their traditional 401k and contribute only up to the match. So if they'll match up to 3%, contribute 3%. If they'll match up to 5%, contribute 5%. Whatever that is, my two favorite kinds of money are free money, the match, and tax-free money, growing tax-free in a Roth versus growing tax-deferred. You say, why is it so important to grow tax-free, Colin? I'm not making as much. Maybe I should grow. That's the exact point, is you're probably in a little bit lower bracket, and I want you to take advantage of that while you can and contribute tax-free. In a future segment, I'm going to talk about what to do now that we have a systematic plan in place. Where am I going to put that money? What types of investments will allow me to achieve financial independence? Because as I talked about in our segment on the foundational steps, you need to divide your money across 3 separate places. Emergency, we've got the growing reserve, and then we've got our protected. And so I'll get back to you on that. But in the meantime, I would love to chat with you. My team would love to chat with you about how you can become financially independent. Whether you're 20, 30, 50, 80, 90, we can help. It starts with a very simple phone call. I'd love to get together with you.